Hey, this is Stoney with First Fire, and today we're going to be talking about the Amazon Endpoint Utility Test. We use this quite often ourselves, and admins on an everyday basis can use this for troubleshooting agents, or if you're setting up a brand new contact center. Very useful to make sure that all agents you're getting set up with have the correct workspace settings. So the first way to get there, just Google Amazon Connect Endpoint Utility Test or Amazon Endpoint Utility Test. It's going to take you to the first page here. This first link is that test itself, or that utility. It's all in the browser. You don't have to download anything for this, so let's go ahead and click that URL. This utility test is going to essentially allow us to make sure that everything that needs to be allowed is allowed on the workspace that's testing it. Also, making sure that we have browsers that are compatible with Amazon services, Amazon Connect especially, making sure that our operating systems are also compatible so that we're not finding those bugs when we launch. Or if something, during a normal day with a contact center, maybe somebody can't hear anything all of a sudden, maybe we have them run the endpoint utility test, make sure that they have those allowances set up. So first and foremost, we have the Amazon Connect instance URL we can put in at the very top. So if you want to test specifically to your Amazon Connect instance, this is going to allow you to put in your instance URL to test your connection specifically to that Amazon Connect instance. Very useful if maybe you have some firewalls or VPC settings set up on your instance in particular, and you don't want to just test Amazon Connect in general. This would be very useful to put in your own. But you don't have to put anything in here as well. If you as a general user just test this and don't put anything in there, it's just going to test your connection to Amazon Connect server. So in general. We also have regions we can test. This is going to allow us to test our latency to specific regions. So I'll go ahead and check these for the most part and add these just to make sure that, maybe I'm not lagging in some way. Maybe I'm not dropping packets. Maybe my latency isn't, 300. That's why I'm not getting calls or hearing calls correctly. So latency is, of course, your network strength there. We're going to want to make sure that that's strong enough as well. If you don't select any regions, that's perfectly fine as well. It's just not going to test your latency and media connectivity. So that is something important to note. Let's go ahead and run tests. And it's going to ask us to allow our permissions to things like the microphone and location. I'm going to say allow this time. You as an agent or administrator are going to want to allow these as well, or else we're going to see some red X's pop up on these tests. I can clear results, copy my results, download results. I can download this test bookmark so I can come back to this, and I can load previous results as well at the top. So if you ever need to re-reference anything, you can always do that up here. What this is showing me is, of course, my highlights when I connected, my locale info. We're seeing things like client config. I'm online. Hey, I'm connected to the internet. That's great. I'm using the Windows OS version 10, so that's supported by Amazon Connect. My browser's Google Chrome, and I'm on a desktop, so everything's green. I'm looking good to go if I would like to use Amazon Connect. I have things connected here, such as my microphone and speakers. Those are all green as well, so those allowances are set up. If I look at my latency, hey, we're looking at great latency as well. So under 300 it will work, but you're looking for under 100 ms for optimal experience. But hey, I'm looking good at 46 and 73 respectively. And I'm also testing my WebRTC connectivity to those servers. So very important, because WebRTC is what your CCP is running on within the browser, so you want to make sure these are green. If not, then we've got some issues to look into. Now that's an all green test, and that looks great, but what does a failed test look like? I'm going to open up another browser here, and I'm going to go into the endpoint utility test now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to disallow those. So I'm going to say, no, I don't want to let you have that. I'm going to block, block, block. And what this represents, this example, would be something such as an agent maybe has their microphone blocked due to Amazon Connect. Maybe that pop-up popped up when they logged in the first time and they accidentally hit block. This endpoint utility test is going to be able to identify that. So if I scroll down, we can now see things like mic access, cam access. While those are plugged in, right, we're seeing that there's a microphone plugged in. Amazon Connect does not have that access. We block that access. If you're seeing things like red X's on your speakers or your microphone, you might want to check the setup of your microphone or speakers respectively. Amazon Connect endpoint test utility here. So this thing is super handy, super useful for troubleshooting any issues you have with agents, or even when you want to start setting up your own contact centers within Amazon Connect. This has been Stoney with First Fire. Thank you for watching.